Borrowing through apps. Mr. Rakesh did not realize he was entering a debt trap when he took his first loan through a lending app. He was in the final year of engineering and needed some financial support. It was all about downloading an instant loan app, following some simple steps, and receiving an amount in the bank account. The loan was small, the approval was quick, and repayment appeared manageable. Whenever he needed money after that, he returned to the same app. Gradually, the loans grew. Some were for emergencies, others for everyday expenses. The loans were small and getting approved was so easy that it never felt like a serious financial decision. The turning point came when he missed a repayment. Instead of using his savings to clear the outstanding amount, he borrowed from another lending app and used the new loan to repay the old one. One loan had become two. Soon, borrowing was about keeping up with earlier borrowings. The immediate cash crunch has eased, but the debt remained for years. His CIBIL score eventually took a hit, and access to formal credit had become more difficult. Credit has become easier to access than ever. A few taps on a smartphone, a quick KYC verification, and money can reach a bank account within minutes. Smaller loans and easy monthly installments can make borrowing appear affordable, particularly when the repayment is spread over several months. The danger arises when debt grows faster than repayment capacity. Households become trapped in a cycle of refinancing, borrowing simply to pay the earlier loans. The new borrowing increases the repayment burden, leaving even less disposable income the following month. Suresh, a loan recovery agent, has seen a pattern among the borrowers he deals with. In the last 5 years, he has come across young people taking on debt before their incomes have had time to catch up with the cost of living. Many of the borrowers are students or early career professionals earning around rupees 25,000 to 30,000 a month. A loan between rupees 7,000 to 15,000 is often easy to obtain through lending apps with basic KYC. But once the EMI is deducted, a sizable part of a young worker's salary is already committed before the month begins. For young professionals in a metropolitan city, the pressure is not always about survival. It is also about keeping up with the lifestyle around them, like eating out in nice places to post on Instagram, traveling to Insta worthy locations, or simply doing things they see their peers doing on social media. Social media is a big reason why people take loans mindlessly. The salaries, however, do not rise at the same pace. A worker earning 30,000 might get an increment of around 10% after a year, taking the salary up by only rupees 3,000. The economic squeeze is important here. In simple terms, rupees 1,50,000 today has purchasing power comparable to roughly rupees 1 lakh a decade ago. People want to live like they earn rupees 1 lakh to 1 lakh 50,000 with a salary of 50,000 to 70,000 per month. Lending apps themselves are a 23 billion US dollar annual market, the size of which has grown 2.5 times in the last 3 years. Prey on India's working class with targeted ads and push notifications is the hidden motto of these lending apps. India is the world's biggest user of smartphone apps, helps these predatory digital lenders. India accounted for 82% of all Android based mobile lending applications globally. Then comes the recovery of the money. I'm getting over 300 calls daily. Recovery agents are calling my office, my boss, even my relatives. They are threatening to spoil my image and reputation. Some have even come to my house and office. The pressure of loan repayment is affecting my mental health too much, said a distressed borrower. Another borrower said recovery agents came to his home, shouted in front of neighbors, and demanded repayment. Recovery calls and abusive language were the most commonly reported forms of harassment. A borrower who misses an EMI is not necessarily someone who has chosen not to repay. In many cases, the missed payment is the result of a financial shock, followed by more borrowing and eventually an inability to keep pace with multiple repayments. There is a common perception that people fall into debt because they spend recklessly or live beyond their means. But in fact, medical emergencies were the biggest reason people borrowing money. Some said they had taken loans to meet family and personal expenses such as education and weddings. And some said job losses and business related challenges and simply to manage everyday household needs. A sudden illness, a delayed salary, a child's college fee, an unexpected household expense, each by itself might appear manageable, but together they push families into borrowing. Debt by itself is not a villain. For decades, loans have helped families buy homes, send children to colleges, expand businesses, and create wealth. Economists often call this productive debt because it finances an asset or an opportunity that can improve a family's financial future. But now, warning signs include EMIs exceeding 50 to 70% of income, borrowing to repay older loans, relying on credit for everyday expenses, strengthening healthcare, unemployment, and education safety nets, improving wage growth, tightening debt resolution mechanisms are essential. Banks should adopt stricter affordability norms, stronger early warning systems, and better loan design while households need greater financial discipline through emergency savings. The bigger question then is not simply how much Indians are borrowing, but where they are borrowing from and whether enough is being done to ensure that a temporary setback does not become a long term financial trap. Thank you.